Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I'm hoping everything is set back up like it's supposed to be. I had to let my kids borrow my camera yesterday to do their group shots, and of course when you change it from video to picture to that kind of thing, sometimes it gets a little bit off. But I'm going to film a short piece of it, then I'm going to watch it and make sure that everything is set back correctly. But we're going to do something a little different today. That was why I didn't get a video up yesterday. I had a couple of things started, but I didn't get to finish them because my young'uns needed my camera. So, and I can't film on my phone because sometimes it'll switch right in the middle of filming, so it just messes up. But anyway, we're here today. We may do 2 videos. I'm just going to use some vintage. These are just old. I probably had them 50 years. I don't know. They're old. Little index cards, and these are the larger ones. I think they're like 3 by something. I don't know. Let's see if we can find a ruler over here in my pile. These are 6. They're 4 by 6. That's what size they are. So we're going to use these index cards, and we're going to use some of that paper that we made not too long ago, that tissue paper. A lot of people ask me to use some of that because they'd like to see how it looks on a project. So we're going to use some of that. And this is what I made, like the faux Tim Holtz tissue paper. This is the Tim Holtz piece, and that's my piece. So, and I will try to remember to link that video below. If I forget, you can just type in the search faux Tim Holtz tissue paper, and it'll pull right up. That's the only video that I have done like that I know of, that I remember. So I'm just putting some glue stick. Now you can use other type glues. I'm just not going to use a glue that won't spread out on this because this is just made on deli paper. I used just some of my deli paper to make this. Now I think what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and give this a tear somewhere along the way. I'm just guesstimating. I'll end up having to trim a little bit off, but that's okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is, first off, I'll see, I'm going to crumple it up. Now, you may, if you use the deli paper like I did, you may have a little bit of that ink coming off on you. Sometimes I'll have a little bit that'll rub off. And if I do, I take my little powder tool and I just run it over that, because sometimes if your hands are really moist and hot, it'll pick up a little bit of that ink. But I just put my little powder tool, and that's just one that I purchased, but you can make one of those with a little piece of cloth and some baby powder. And it'll keep things from sticking, and it keeps stuff like this from running. Now, I'm not going to worry if it's got a little bit of wrinkle in it. I actually would like that. But I do need to press it down well. So, I'll go ahead and run my little bone folder over here. We're supposed to have these in tomorrow. I can't wait because everybody's asking about them. Alright, looks like we got that good. Yeah. I just want to make sure that I don't have the little bubbles in it. I don't mind a wrinkle or 2, but I don't want bubbles. And then on the edges, since I didn't go all the way to the edge with my glue, I need to go ahead and put some glue out here on the edge. And these are going to be some good journal cards, because we left the back where, you know, you've got your writing space there, and the lines if you want them. I know a lot of people wouldn't use those lines, but that's fine. You don't have to. Okay, now I'm going to trim around it, and I'm not going to cover the back with anything else. I'm just going to leave it as is. These are not real thick, but they're not real thin either, so I think they're going to be fine. I'm a little bit shaky right now, not from my blood sugar. Melina just sent me a message and said that the house that we lived in before we owned, and we lived in before we moved here, it had just burned, and so that's kind of got me a little bit upset. But, you know, at least it didn't burn when we lived there. I hate that it burned when somebody else lived there, but I think somebody said that it had been abandoned. I don't know if it had been abandoned or not. The last time I sold it to a friend of mine, and the last time I knew anything about it, her and her husband was living there, but who knows? You know, I haven't kept in touch, so over the years, anything could have happened. Now I'm just going to use my little tag punch. We're supposed to have more of these in tomorrow too. They sold out so fast the last time. We had to order more, and then they were delayed a little while, and we ordered them again. And now I'm going to use just my vintage photo ink to go around this. You can use the black ink if you want, since I used a black ink on stamping. It doesn't matter. Use whatever you'd like, or don't even go around it with ink. You can also put a little bit of ink on here if you want. See, we might want to brush a little bit on there. Now I turn my brush sideways to get started, just because I don't want a lot of ink on there. I just want a little bit, just a hint of that brown ink. And I know you can't see that little hint probably on the camera, but it is there. It's just a tiny, tiny bit. Just enough to make it look a little bit aged. Alright, now since my stamping and everything goes in all directions, I'm going to go by my butterfly, and I'm going to say this is my top. Then I'm going to grab just a piece of, this is some of the paper that I got from Temu, and I'm going to use this little piece right here. You could use anything that you have in your stash, but this just happens to be something I picked up, and I liked the looks of it, so I thought, why not? Plus, I'll have a little bit of this brown left over, and I'll be using it on there as well. The only thing about this little thing is my ruler won't slide, so I have to put a little bit of that baby powder on it every so often. And I cleaned it this morning, and I didn't baby powder it again, so I have to do that just to make my rulers slide like they need to. Alright, we got just a little bit of a little bit there that I didn't get trimmed good. So I'm just going to trim that like that. And then, again, I'm just going to use my vintage photo ink, and I'm going to ink that up. And someone asked me, do you use the vintage photo oxide or regular? I use the oxide, but you can use whatever you would want. Basically, when you're inking the edges like this, they look real similar. Or you can use a different type ink. Okay, now that's going to go, and I know I'm covering up that butterfly, but I'm putting a butterfly on there. So that's going to go kind of right there. I also want a little strip of this brown around here, but I don't want that white, so I'm going to trim that off. And I just want it about 3/4 of an inch. And I just noticed I didn't put any lotion on my hands, so sorry about my dry looking hands. It's just the way it goes some days. I've been busy this morning, and we've been doing some cleanup since it's so pretty outside, and I just haven't. I've washed my hands a dozen times, but I haven't stopped long enough to put any lotion on them. Alright, now I didn't tear that perfectly straight, but that's going to be fine with me. I'm going to put it right across there. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and glue this little piece down, because I'm not going to use it as a little slide in, because I want it glued down so it'll stay there. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. So how are you guys doing? What's everybody doing today? Is it pretty in your neck of the woods, or is it rainy? Is it cold? Let me know how the weather is where you are. My niece is White Sands Beach, and she just sent me a picture of the beach, and it is so pretty. I said, do not send me pictures. I want to be there. I don't want to just look at it. All right, then I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. I've never seen sand that white, I don't think. Let's see. I'd like to keep my spring garden there, so I may bring it up just a little bit. Put it right above that. I'm just going to glue it down there. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap mine around. You could cut the edges off if you don't want to wrap it around, but it doesn't matter with me. I mean, you can still plenty of journal space back here. So I'm just going to wrap it around. And if you wanted to, you could wrap it around and then put something else on the back and decorate it up. But just going to leave it. Because that still gives you plenty of journal space. Then, let's see, I like that. But I want, let's see, I should have put, I wanted a little doily on here and I missed my opportunity because it needed to have gone under there. Let's see what we can do. Let me find my doilies. I meant to put it under that, and it's too late now because that sure is not going to come up without tearing. So we may just put it in a different location or not even put it at all on this one. May make another one and put one on there. So we could go ahead and put the doily on and just put it there like that, I guess. Let me see what I think that would look like. I don't mind that, so let's just do that. Now the doily I'll probably cut off because I like to use the other pieces of them in different places. So I'll probably cut the little doily. Let's see. Do I want it on that side or this side? I don't want to cover that up, so I think I might want it over here. Yeah, let's put it right there. That will work. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. And I'll save that back for another project. Oh, I like that. So far, so good. Now I want to put a label on here, and I have trimmed out some of Tracy's labels. I printed them the other day, and I went ahead and trimmed them partially out. I didn't trim them all the way. But I thought I might use one of these labels. I want one a little bit smaller than that one. That one might work. Put it there. Put it over there. No, I think I'm going to put it there. I think that one will work. And then I also reprinted her number labels. And I think I want a little one right here. Just a small one. Maybe that one right there might work. And this is Tracy Fox off of Etsy. And I think these are called her Random Labels 1 or something like that. And I've bought them a long time ago, and I've used all that I had except some really large ones. So I went ahead and reprinted them so that I would have some of the small ones, because I love using the small ones on things like this. Alright, let's go ahead and put that down. Let's see. Let's put it over here since we're going to put that label over there. Straighten it up, Edith. Oh, Lordy. Did I put that crooked or what? There we go. And then let's trim this out. And then I'm going to put that right there, I think. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now on the top I want to put a little tab pull. And I'm going to use one of our new ones. These are some that I made the other night. And let's see. And these are listed on our website in our digitals. See which one I want. I think I want that one right there. And I've got them in 3 different sizes on here, so you can choose what size that you want. And I'll show you how I do these. Somebody said they're so hard to cut out. Well, they're not if you fold them first. So I go ahead and trim off the outside edges, and then I fold them, and you can tell where to fold them by the little indentation. There's a little indentation on each side, and just fold them at that indentation. Okay, and then I take my scissors and I just trim both sides at once. If I could get my scissors to go straight. Alright, and then I just look at it, and if I trim one side a little bit larger than the other one, I just trim it down. But that's the easiest way that I know to trim them out, rather than trying to trim them while they're flat. I like to do that. And I think I'm going to use this side on here, and then the other side will be on the back. Let's put that right there. I think that looks like somewhat close to the middle. And there is our journal card. Now, I made another one before I came on camera yesterday. I was making them and thought I was going to get to film yesterday, and I didn't. Or I got to film, but not everything I wanted. So I made another one with this. And see, I put my doily underneath. And I like the underneath doily better, but I just forgot on this one. So I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this little piece to go in the middle. So let me gather up my stuff, and we'll make another one. We might make it a little bit different. Okay, let's go ahead and do another. I think I'm going to use some lace on this one and do it a little bit different. We shall see. See what it looks like when we get to that point. Now I am putting my glue pretty close to the edge, but not all the way, because I don't want to get it all over my mat. Even though it would wipe right off. I'd just rather not get it all over everything. So I'm just going around the very edge with some of my art glitter glue. You could use PVA glue or put art glitter glue or some kind of glue out on a, you know, on a mat or in a little bowl or something, and then use a brush to brush it on. That would be the same thing. Now we're going to use some of the brown, one that was stamped in brown on this one, and I hope this piece is big enough so I don't have to cut any more. Yeah, I think it'll work. And I did crumple that one up a little bit. Got a little bit of crumples in it. Okay, then I'm just going to trim off. Now I think I'll use this side as the top since it's got that stamp right there. So, go ahead and cut the corners. I like the corners cut. You might not. You might want to leave yours squared off, but I like them cut. And I like how this little punch cuts them. Then we'll ink. Now since this one is already in brown ink, I don't think I'll go over this any. Maybe not. Just use what's on my little brush here. There we go. Now I'm going to tear this picture out. And I haven't done one sideways like that, so I don't know if it's going to be too big. But we're going to tear it out. The other ones were up the other direction. I'll tear this out and see what we got. I think it'll work. Oh yeah, that's going to work fine. I'll lay those pieces over there because I definitely will use those. Now I'm going to ink around this really well, and don't let me forget to put my doily down first. You know I'll get busy and I'll forget. Someone told me that she was always yelling at me when I would say, don't let me forget something. She said, I yell in the camera, but you never hear me. My husband even yells, and you don't hear him either. No, I don't hear you. I'm going to use the back side of this, and this is just a little piece of doily that I had in my stash. Oops. But I want to ink this up a little bit more than what it is. So I'm going to use my ink, my blender tool here. Go around it. Oops. And see, don't go around it so vigorously like I did because you tear it. I was going way too hard. But I can put that right back together. And look what a pretty image you get. So I'm going to put that down, I think, right there. Like that. Is that what y'all think? We shall see. We shall see if I can get it down there. I think so. Even though it's torn, I think I can put it down like it needs to be. There we go, and nobody knows the difference, do they? That I tore it. Now this little piece, I think I'm going to put it down close to the bottom, like that. And I was thinking about using a piece of lace to go around it instead of the page. I don't know how that'll look though. Let's try it and see what it looks like. If it doesn't look okay, then we'll do the paper. What do you think? Do you like it? I think it actually goes the other direction. Do you like that? I kind of do like it. Okay, I think I'm going to use the lace. I'm just going to cut a piece. I'm not going to wrap the lace around very much. I'll just wrap it around just enough to hold it in place. I won't wrap it a lot. So let's go ahead and put this little piece down. So you can use all kinds of scraps on this. If you don't have any paper like this, just take you some tissue paper and stamp it and make you some. You don't have to have deli paper. It just so happens that I have like 1,000 sheets of deli paper or something. And so I've been using that, but you don't have to have that. Yeah, I think that'll be cute because you can still see the butterfly and all of that. So let's put that down. Did you see me? I opened that and I got I got glue all over me. Let me clean the glue off of me. I think I squeezed it when I was taking it out of our glue holder. And I shouldn't have. Alright, I'm going to put it just a little bit up from the bottom. Just enough so that you can still see a little piece of that at the bottom there. Pulling the excess glue off, and then I'm just going to go to the, yeah, I squeezed it when I didn't mean to. Don't squeeze your glue before you get ready to use it. And if you do squeeze it, you need to be very careful because it will seep out. I squeezed it way before I should have. And normally I don't squeeze it anyway. I just turn it upside down and let it run out. That's a lot better because when you squeeze it, it gets a little bit of air in there, and that air pushes that glue out. Alright, so that will go okay like that. Get that little bit of excess glue right there. I'm going to go ahead and wipe the top off of this. Put the top back on it so it'll quit oozing. Okay, now let's see. I need a little label, and I cut this one out earlier and I ended up not using it. So what do we think about that one? I kind of like that one. So we'll put that one on there. I'm going to drop it down just a little bit because I am going to be putting a topper on this. Okay, that's good with that. Now what do we think about another label? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Don't think we need another label. I don't think I need another one. I did go ahead and cut out this little piece from our labels. It's a little tab topper. And I think I'm going to put that right there. I like that. And when I start to use these in my journal, I may add more things too. I don't know. It'll just depend on what journal I'm adding them to. I think that's my kids coming up the driveway. So there is that one. Isn't that cute? Now I'm going to use a couple of the smaller index cards that I've got and just some of the scraps of this. And I'm going to make a couple more, just smaller ones. That way I use up my scraps. And I did crinkle these up. Now, if this is not thick enough for you, which after I get everything on, they're thick enough for me, but if you'd like them a little bit thicker, you can always add something else to the back. I don't mind the thickness once I add all the other paper and stuff. Okay, there we go. I'll save that piece because I can use it. Now let's go ahead and round to these corners. And I think these would be super cute stitched around, or if you don't have a sewing machine, you could just do the faux stitch around them, something like that. I think that'd be cute. And I love the ink on that deli paper. Okay, so there's that. And then I cut out this, I had this little flower cut out. Started to say I just cut it out, but I didn't. I had it cut out in my stash. And I think I might put that right there. Even though the edge is almost the same color as that, the flower I love. So I'm going to try to ink these edges a little bit darker, maybe. Just so that you can see that it's two different pieces. Let's see, today is what, Wednesday? Ooh, wait, I might want to put a doily on there. Let me look. Today is Wednesday, I think. Yeah, but I think I'm going to put it down here, closer to the bottom. So I'm just going to put a little of this glue there. This works better with the doilies because they've got so many holes in them. We don't have any more of these doilies in yet. Benji is cutting them. Benji and Alicia. But they haven't finished yet. These take just a little while to cut because of all the little intricate holes and things. So he tries to make a big batch when he cuts. Alright, there we go. I'll put a little ink on that edge. Then we can put our picture down. And let's see. I might just move it over to the side a little bit. Won't hurt anything. So more of my doily shows. There we go. And now I think I do want a piece of this paper around this one. Let's see. I think I might go with the darker. And it's not going to wrap around very far, but that's okay. It doesn't have to. Doesn't even have to wrap around any. Let's see. I want a little bit of the writing on, so I'm going to put it right there. And just try to get it straight. And then I am just going to wrap just a tiny bit around there. Like I said, there's still plenty of writing room, so it's not messing anything up. And I don't think it looks bad on there, so there we go. I'm getting ink all over the back of it, though. I had to change my little ink pad because it was shedding like a mangy dog. It was shedding bad. Let's see. I thought I wanted that on there. Don't really want to cover that up. I could do it like that, or I could do it at an angle. What do y'all think? It's a dilemma. I need to glue this down, for one thing. I think that one might be too big to go on there. We may need a little one. I've got a little green one cut out here. Might just stick that one on. Maybe. You can always wrap these around too, if you want to. See where it looks. I think I'm just going to put it right there. Won't cover up our ticket. There we go, that'll work. Then, let's see what I had. I had a little number. I thought, don't want the black one. Then I might not want the red one. No, don't want the red one. Let's see if we got another little number here. I printed more of those too, and I just stuck them in here until I could have a chance to trim them out. I take that little bowl to the living room with me when I sit down and at night. And I sit in there and fussy cut until I can't see, and then I have to quit. You know, I can only do so much with these eyeballs. Alright, I think that one will look better. It's a little lighter. It'll show up. So put that right there. I like that. That's cute. And then I want one of the small tabs, and I had one cut out. Let's see if it works. I cut this one out yesterday, and it didn't work on that big one. But I think it will work on this one. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's got some yellow in it. It also has purple and all other colors in it too, but it has enough yellow in it that it shows up. So put that right at the top. Right there. Oh yeah, I like that. So then another little journal card. And then we'll do this one real quick, and then I want to show you what I want to do to those. I've got one more step I want to do to those that I think will be cute. I keep knocking my glue over. I don't know why. I think my hands don't know what my eyes are looking at today. This one is just a black scrap that I had. Put that down. Whoops. I think I got that a little bit too low. Alright, got that trimmed out. We'll go ahead and do our corners. And our inking. This would probably look good with black ink on it. I just didn't grab my black ink out today. Now, image to go on there. I had this one also cut out. So maybe we'll do that. And let's just put this little doily on the other side since we've been putting all of them on that side. And someone asked me, was I getting skinnier? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know how they know because just seeing my hands, but maybe my hands look skinnier. Not that I know of. I don't reckon I've lost any weight. I wish I need to. I need to get skinnier. But I tell you, when you sit most of the day and work, it's hard. No matter, I mean, I don't eat that much. I truly don't. But just sitting all day, your metabolism, and then when you're old as I am, your metabolism just kind of goes with the wind. So it's hard for me to lose. All right. I don't know about that one either. It looks a little bit big. Well, I think that's going to be too big. That one may be okay. We might put that one down. Maybe it won't be too big. I could just go ahead and wrap it around a little bit, and that will make it look a little smaller. Someone else asked me, did Brooklyn help me with, or did Brooklyn do my fingernails? No, she didn't. She kind of helped a little bit, but she didn't do these. These are just the, I mean, I go cheap, guys. I can't spend much money on things like that. These are just some that I got in the mail that's just, it's that stick-on stuff. I don't know what you call it. It's not stick-on nails. It's just stick-on stuff on your nails. So these are my real nails, but I just got the stuff stuck on there. But I have to go cheap. I can't go get my nails done. It's too expensive. Okay, I think I want this one on there. But she saw these and she said, Nene, those are butterflies. They look so good on your fingers. So, you know they're butterflies. I had to get them. And they're teal. So my two favorites. So I had a few left. And I said, here, you can have these to put on your nails. She said, oh my goodness, I think they're too big for my nails. I said, well, use the little bitty ones. Now this will go there, and that is going to actually wrap all the way around, I think. And I think I'm just going to let it. I don't think I'm going to care that it wraps all the way around. Like I said, there's still plenty of journaling space back there. So it's not going to be a big deal. I just like the looks of that. And then we'll just glue this down. Yeah, these little nails are like $2.99 a set. Told you cheap. I'm cheap. And then I think I'll put that little number over there on that side maybe. Well, I think I have somebody else in my driveway. Keep having people come up. My friend came by a little while ago and I hadn't seen her in a few weeks. So it was good to see her again. There we go. Alright, and now I think we'll put, oh, let's do that little bird right there. I've got everything stuck to my scissors. Okay, and then we're going to fold it right where that little groove is there. Then we'll cut them out. So let's go ahead and put this label on this one. Then we'll do that little added extra that I was talking about. Oops, stuck that one to my finger, not the card. Okay, wipe the glue off of me. Now I pulled out a few of my little eyelets, and they're the teeny tiny ones, so I'll see if I can hold on to them long enough to do this. I'm just going to punch a little hole inside of this and put that in there. Now I'm not going to put the charms in there now. I will wait and decide what journal these are going to go in, but then you can just hang a little charm from that. Use a little bulb clip, hang a little charm from it if you want. So I did that one already. I just thought that was a little added extra. I got that one a little bit close. And, you know, you could put a string from them. You could put a charm in it. You could put just, leave it like it is. You could do whatever. Just with that little bit of added extra there. I like that. Don't get them quite that close that I did. Not quite that close to the edge. Just gives them a little bit more charm, I think. And one more. And you could put them on down into the card if you wanted to. I just kind of like mine right up there at the top. Alright, so there are our journal cards made out of some scraps, some of the deli paper that I had stamped, and then just some little added extras that I had around here. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.